welcome back to Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition 2025. Creation Club content ongoing. We had been at Far Harbor and we picked up old Longfellow and put Nick on pause. And off camera we have, I did attain the full affinity from Longfellow, so as per usual, I kicked his ass to the curb. He's headed back to his cabin, and we're going to continue on with Nick. Nick is so excited to be back with me that he's just running around in circles around me. So there's a lot to be said for traveling with me. I'm one of those guys, you know, just fun to be around. My Sergeant Slaughter character is what I'm referring to. So we're going to head back to Far Harbor now. And we're going to continue the main quest line there, which we weren't doing with old Longfellow. We did the little things, the little side quests. We did a lot of them. We helped the mariner. We helped Small Bertha. We helped Mrs. Her, Cassie Dalton. We helped her. We worked on some settlements here. We did the National Park Visitor Center, which I have to be careful traveling to because that will, coming up soon at this location, I'm going to have a breakdown of the fog condensers and a pretty big attack. At least that's happened on every other playthrough. I built some defenses here. Every time I work on this house, this building, I do it differently.
That's some firepower there.
I recently found, not recently, but in this particular playthrough, I just found a way to level this up with some scaffolding deck and railings. I don't really need it yet. I might at some point put something in there. I don't know, furniture, whatever. And then I did the same thing out here. I found a way to complete this. When you first get here, it has some bridge. You know, these parts, these scrappy parts, kind of scattered around on it, and got this scaffolding deck. Yeah, I had to put a layer down, a layer of flooring, and then I put the scaffold decking down on top of that, and it leveled it up pretty good. Not too bad. I don't need a step or anything. I mean, there are gaps, but that's okay. You know, it looks better, I think. And you can see that it's like sitting on the old trellis type framing. And then I just stuck that. I really don't need anything up there, I guess. But I do. I kind of do. I couldn't put a support here because it's right in front of the steps. I guess what I could have done is I could have continued along this wall and then put a support in the garden here. And I put some flowers in, mute fruit, and I put a generator in, and I put some water purification in. That's about it. That's all I did here. Then we did Echo Lake Lumber. I didn't do much there either, although I did do some interesting improvements there. Or repairs, I should say. I've done repairs here a different way every time, too. So I built this defense here. This is another location here when eventually, at some point, there will be a huge spawn of enemies that usually occurs right around in here. And when I fast travel here to help, I'm going to land right in the middle of it. So in preparation, I put these heavy turrets facing that, just in anticipation of that one attack. Here, this corner is always blown out, and I found a way to kind of fix that. It's not perfect. I got a roof over it, and I got some walls that I kind of clicked in with the cement column glitch. Not really a glitch. I don't know what you call it. I got these little half walls to kind of patch that hole in the wall. And I put these walls up. They kind of worked pretty well. And when I did this, I made an L shape and I built it outside and then I carried it up here. And then this, I just put these in here. It's not perfect. There's some holes here and there, but it's better shelter. And then I couldn't do anything with this side, so I just did my best to click some shack walls in here. Let me see if I can straighten that one. I didn't realize that one looked so bad. That's better. Yeah. So nothing. I don't know if I did anything up here. Oh, I did. I put a patch over that wall, the hole in the wall, and I mean that's about it. I could probably figure something out with scaffolding ramps or something to repair this roof line, but you get a little tired of it, you know. It doesn't really matter anyway. It's just something to do. It doesn't affect the game at all. And I put some beds in. I didn't do anything else here. Oh, I scrapped everything. It's a huge location to scrap. I didn't. You can still scrap. I could scrap all this stuff over here. Just haven't done it yet. This will all scrap out. No reason to do it. No reason not to do it. It's just, well, there is a reason to do it. It's just to gain the raw materials back, right? All my settlements share, specifically junk. So, depending on how far along I want to go in the game and in building up my settlements, yeah, I do need the scrap. This is the level we wish we could scrap at some other settlements, locations in the game. I know there's a couple where you can't scrap anything. Like, this is a terrible spot for a... I guess I'll leave these railings. This is a terrible spot for a settlement because you can't fix it. And I don't know why they would make those decisions when they build the game. Maybe they got lazy. Maybe they just didn't care. Who knows why they would make that decision? We're going to get going here in a minute. I did not have any intention of coming here to scrap out. Now see, that doesn't make sense. I can scrap the other railing. Why can't I scrap the one that's laying there? See, I can scrap that if I wanted to. Come on. Good enough. Okay, so I have the 3 settlements here now. They're all pretty well defended. Everybody has a place to sleep. There's enough food and there's enough water. I don't know how far I would ever go with this. Some of them have been given out coastal armor. It's a one-piece deal to all the settlers. So just give them a little bit more defense. So, and good weapons, decent weapons, so they can defend themselves. So we're gonna. So we got these 2. these two quests. I'm going to do this one because I know it's a way to get back into it. There's a short little side quest involved there if I remember right. And I think this will eventually lead us to making a visit to the nucleus and the children of Adam, which is where we're going to pick up with Nick.
Hey there.
You track Kasumi here. I'm impressed. Perhaps not as quietly or efficiently as possible, but thankfully she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
I wanted to see for myself that she's safe.
You have my word. Acadia is a safe haven for synths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it. Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what. Understand?
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
I have a network of contacts throughout the area. Some from my time with the Institute, some after. I know the Institute's tactics, and use that to my advantage. You have Dima's blessing, so by all means, make yourself comfortable.
I'd like to help you all. Is there anything I can do?
Actually, as a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about contributing, well, we've got a situation I need someone to look into. You've had some experience traveling around the island, so you may be decently equipped to handle it.
All right, I'm listening.
We were expecting a new synth to arrive, and he should have been here by now. There's been no sign of him, and I'm concerned that he might have become lost on the way here.
I'll find out what I can.
You should start by talking to Brooks in Far Harbor. He's one of us, a synth. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started on the journey here. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without proof that you're working for me. If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is L792. That should convince him. That's as much help as I can give you for now. Please, hurry. If that synth is out there alone, he won't last long.
Okay, so Brooks is the vendor, the merchant at the bait and tackle, working right next to Alan, who is a massive racist and a hater. Isn't that funny? She's working right next door to someone that he despises. I think I've searched this place out pretty good. I haven't been here in a little bit. Like I said, I did all that other stuff off camera because it's just not necessary to record all that stuff. I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm probably going to end up with somewhere around 120 or so hours of play recorded. So I can limit that somewhat by doing some of this stuff off camera. It doesn't really impact the main quest of either the full game or the DLCs. I mean a little bit, but not really. Okay, so we'll head back now. Optional help Faraday. We'll click that off for now. I know this starts up here, and then we'll take a little journey to look for this synth. Shh. Gotta be quiet.
If you got caps, I got goods.
I need to talk to you about our missing synth.
Yeah? Well, it's not something I talk about with outsiders. So you can either buy something or move along.
I'm working with Chase. She told me that your designation is L792.
Okay, I believe you. Keep it down, all right? It's real private information. I know the synth you're talking about. He's a younger guy. Maybe early 20s with white hair. Goes by the name Derek. Thing is, he showed up way earlier than he was supposed to. Thought a courser was on his tail, so he rushed the timetable. To be honest, the guy was a wreck. He was scared shitless, looking over his shoulder every 5 minutes and attracting unwanted attention. Tried to calm him down, but he panicked and ran off into the fog. That was the last I saw of him.
Relax. I'll take care of this.
Sorry. My nerves are a little shot right now. Look, if you're really going after that synth, I'm pretty sure he took the road south out of town. Maybe you could head that way. Just be careful out there. And thanks. There aren't many who'd go out in the fog to help a synth, especially one they don't even know. I feel like shit about what happened. I really do. I hope you can make it right.
Lost my home when the fog rolled in.
Don't let the island
Look alive.
catch you off guard.
I'll see what I can
Buy my
do.
guns.
Hey, Brooks.
Psst. Looking for a bargain?
Let's barter.
Here's what I got.
You take it one day at a time.
I got the guns if you got the caps.
Show me what you got.
Let's deal.
You need it? The bait shop's got it.
Go on.
Alan, we doing business?
I'll take a look.
Let's deal.
There's a trail of blood.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signed.
Not me talking and making interesting points while I'm muted.
Your missing synth was jumped by cannibal trappers. He didn't survive.
That poor bastard. That synth came here to live in peace, and we failed him in the worst way possible. It's my fault. I should have gone out there to meet him. Damn it all. I'm glad we were able to bring some closure to the matter. You deserve this. And shall we say 200 caps?
I'm sorry things didn't turn out better. I wish they had.
You and I both. Thanks again for your help. Be safe out there.
That's not a bad Institute rifle. Does a decent amount of damage. I think I'll give that to Nick. Nick likes a laser rifle.
Hey,
Go ahead.
get that rifle.
Can do. Got a real good head on those shoulders.
Hey,
What's the...
I don't even know how Nick got that pipe rifle. He must have picked that up defending Sanctuary. I don't remember giving it to him. can afford to give him a bunch of
Plan.
them. So what is the plan? The plan is we'll help Faraday.
Hey there.
So, you've talked to Dima. You know why we're here. I certainly hope that you'll consider helping us. Dima's vision is worth fighting for.
You're right. It is a good cause. Synths definitely deserve to be safe, just like everyone else.
It's so good to hear that. Very encouraging. Please, make sure Dima knows that as well. He's put so much of himself into this. All his time and energy devoted to helping others. He never stops to think of himself. Sometimes I worry about... well, if I wasn't here to make sure his equipment is all functional. And that's not even mentioning maintaining the fog condensers. So many things to keep track of.
Seems like he's lucky to have you helping.
Thank you. That's very kind.
If there's anything I can do to help out, just let me know.
Well, if you're determined to help, there is something you could do. It's likely somewhat dangerous, though, so I understand if you'd rather not. There's a boat along the coast of the island. It was transporting some hardware we needed. Storage drives. The boat never finished the trip, you see. So the drives are still out there. I could really use them here for extra parts, if nothing else. My understanding is that the boat wrecked southwest of here. So, does this sound like something you could handle?
Sure thing, Faraday. I'll get the drives for you.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
I should have tried that speech check with him because that's outside of the Vim Pop factory, and there is a related quest from here. Just have to remember how to start it. There's a shipwreck boat, and there's a chest on there.
You want to buy something or what?
On the boat. And that chest belongs to another synth here.
You're new here too, huh?
And then there's a story behind it.
Myself. Honestly, I'd be dead right now if it weren't for Chase. Turns out it's pretty hard to live as a synth in the Commonwealth.
I'm sorry to hear that you suffered.
See if I can trigger it.
It doesn't matter now. I'm here and I'm safe. I'm never leaving. I'll see you around, okay?
It's Jules, right? This is Jewel?
New guy, right?
Yeah.
Look, I'm not anybody worth talking to. My head is killing me. Now's not a good time.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bother you.
It's not your fault. You try having somebody botch a mind wipe on you and see how it feels. Then get back to me, okay?
Botch a mind wipe?
What do you mean?
Oh, for fuck's sake. You're a synth on the run. You go to someone, you get a new face, and they wipe your mind so the Institute can't find you. Only somebody screwed mine up. So here I am. Now just, please, leave me alone.
So that is... yeah, that's the character there.
So you're that new fellow from the Commonwealth. It's so wonderful.
Hey.
If it weren't for Dima, most of us would probably be dead.
So I would love to
I'm really not up to chatting right now.
trigger that because I can kill two birds with one stone going there.
Acadia may not look like much from the outside, but it's all some of us have got.
Oh, it's Cog.
Need something?
Anything interesting you can tell me about Acadia?
God, no. We looked around this place. Death by boredom is a legitimate concern. So, come on. You want to do a little trading?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Now we're talking.
Somebody here is going to ask me to check out the story of what happened to Jewel. And I don't know if it's Jewel, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done that. Maybe it's Dima, I don't know. Somebody drops the hint that there might be a little cover-up here about what happened to her.
Hey, Dima.
Is there anything I can do?
Kasumi says she's seen parts of your memories. Death projections. For Far Harbor and the center of the island.
That's unfortunate. She should be focusing on herself, her new life. She shouldn't have to bear the burden of the outside world. Please, this is a matter best left to me and my advisors. We aren't planning to destroy the island. Those projections were merely to help us realize the cost of inaction.
If this thing involves the whole island, then you need help. I can be your problem solver if you let me in.
I suppose there's something to be said about refusing help, even when it's offered and you're in need. There's a conflict that's been brewing on this island, shortly after we built Acadia. Between Far Harbor and the Children of Atom.
Simply put, they want to kill each other, and each side wants us to help them.
We've tried to stay neutral, but Far Harbor was going to be wiped out by the fog, so that's when we built the condensers for them.
And I was friends with the previous leader of the Children of Atom, Confessor Martin. I even gave them their headquarters, the submarine base they named the Nucleus.
Which was a mistake, because Martin is gone and the new Confessor, Tectus, is completely insane.
He's been threatening us, to force us to choose a side. I left behind something very important in that submarine base I gave them.
Dima's earliest memories are stored in the military computer banks in that base. The pre-war security systems and Confessor Martin's goodwill were supposed to keep them safe.
But now Tectus is in charge, and he's after Dima's memories. We don't even know what's in them.
But we do know that I spent nearly a century on this island alone. Whatever's in there is too dangerous to allow Tectus to get his hands on them.
So what can I do to help?
If you're willing to retrieve what I've lost, and bring my memories back to me, then we'd all be one step closer to solving this conflict without bloodshed.
You'll have to get through the Children of Atom's base. You're new on the island, so you might be able to pose as a recruit.
Then, once you get to the memory banks, you'll have to use a special program Dima and I have been working on to break through the security systems.
It's not going to be like a normal hack. You'll be breaking through a version of my own mental network. It'll consider you to be an intruder. I've loaded the program with some instructions I've recorded that will help guide you through it. I'm afraid it's difficult to explain without seeing it for yourself.
I'll get your memories, Dima.
If we're lucky, the pre-war defenses have kept the Children of Atom at bay. But that means you'll have to get past them yourself. One more thing before you leave. Whatever you do, don't assault the Children of Atom directly. Our ultimate goal must be to bring peace. If you attack them, they'll consider themselves at war with the outside world.
If we find anything suspicious in those memories of yours, we'll be back. Count on it. Hey, you, got a sec?
Of course, Nick. What's up?
I wouldn't normally bother you with this sort of thing, but, well, I know I can trust you at this point. For as long as I can remember, I've been getting these, flashes. Memories of places I've never been. Things I've never seen. Memories of Nix. They're not bad, they're just this inescapable reminder that I'm not the person I think I am. That I'm not a person at all. I'm just a machine, pretending to be human.
You think, you feel. You're more than pretending, Nick.
Yeah, nice of you to say, but your kind don't usually have to deal with someone else's whole life trapped inside their skulls. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm in Nick's debt. These memories, they've kept me alive. Nick was a hell of a cop. A guy with good instincts and a good heart. I always counted myself lucky they didn't load me up with some ex-con, or whatever type might volunteer to let folks tinker with their gray matter. But it's thanks to Nick that I pass for human. Why I get to live cushy in Diamond City, and every other synth is shot on sight. I know I got it good, but my entire life I owe to Nick. Everything that makes me who I am. My judgment, my speech, hell, even my name. They're his. And I can't do a damn thing about it, because without them, I'm nothing. A shell. All I want is a life where I have something I can call my own.
You've already built a life for yourself, Nick. You've got the agency, a home, friends.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You know, I'm just gonna need some time to think on this. I appreciate you hearing me out. You're a real good friend. Thanks. You know, there is this chunk of Nick Valentine history I've been hoping to put a bow on for a while now. I could use a hand if you're willing to take a crack at it.
Sure thing. What's the case?
Well, this one's straight out of the archives. Once upon a time, in the land of Boston, there lived a king of organized crime, Eddie Winter. He was a bad man. He did a lot of bad things. Hurt a lot of innocent people. But he knew the end was coming. So he sealed himself inside a personal shelter, located underneath a sub-shop he used as a headquarters.
Eddie Winter was from my time. Real scumbag.
The story gets even more twisted. The arrogant bastard wanted to cheat death, live forever, so he could come out of that shelter someday into this brave new world. Sound familiar? Only Eddie didn't want to be a frozen banana. No cryo sleep for him, no. He invested his money in some sick, crazy radiation experiment.
Jeez, you've really done your homework on this guy.
I have. I uncovered a doozy. Eddie Winter went and turned himself into a ghoul 200 years before it was fashionable. Hell, he was probably the first one. And I'm convinced that he's still locked inside that shelter. Safe and sound. Ready to come out and begin his evil reign all over again. I'm gonna find him and kill him, so that never happens. You in?
All right, Nick. Let's get the bad guy.
You're a good man. Now, I know where Winter's vault is, but the door is sealed with a complex numerical code. Lucky for us, Winter's arrogance knew no bounds. Back in the day, he recorded 10 holotapes, incriminating different criminal associates. On each one, he hit a single number. We find all of those holotapes, we get all the numbers. We get all the numbers, we get the code. And then we get Winter. I've been putting together a file on this one for a while now. There's a pair of holotapes in here worth listening to, including one of Winter's. I managed to snatch from the Cambridge Police Evidence lockup before getting swarmed by ferals. My gut tells me the Boston Police Evidence Terminals are the key to cracking this one. It's probably worth paying a visit to any of the departments you might have stumbled across.
All right, so now this is partly why we came here to Far Harbor. I could have chosen to start the DLC after I completed the game, you know, or any time along the way, really. And the reason I came here was I got this this part of the railroad, the Randolph Safe House, that actually sent me here to a location on Far Harbor before I'd ever even been here. So then you know, it's kind of like the way this playthrough is working out. We got here, we did some of the basic stuff to get Far Harbor started, and picked up Old Longfellow, and now back to Nick. Well, Nick's story branches. Before the DLC, he had a story. He already had a pretty big part of the main quest of the story. Not really the main quest, but his story is a pretty large part of the original game. And his character is a large part of the game. Him and Preston Garvey are the two characters, I think, that can become followers that actually have a pretty big part of the story. And honestly, the more fun part, I really enjoyed Nick's story. And I love that when they added the DLC Far Harbor, they extended his storyline. The issue now is, though, that I hit a crossroads. Do we want to do the original content, or continue with his story at Far Harbor? Well, I think, just from a chronological perspective, from a storyline perspective, we have to do the original one first. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to now pause Far Harbor, and we'll work on Nick's story. But basically, we have to go run around to all these police stations and look for holotapes and clues. And there's a battle at each one. This one is a big one, so we'll start here. And then we'll continue in the next playthrough. We'll just continue on with Nick for the time being. Uh-oh. Suicider. Sorry, Nick. I knew there was another. Is this where the wild dogs are? The mongrels? One of these locations has sometimes a legendary dog. Or at least an alpha. This ain't it, though.
Message to Robert Cooper. You did good, Bobby. The wife and girl won't be saying anything. No worries. Hell, once those fat life insurance checks start rolling in, Mrs. Montrano will wish her fat slob of a husband had eaten that bullet 5 years ago. As for what happens next, up to you. Beach, sub shop, car yard, Doesn't matter where he ends up, I don't give a shit. I just want him in the ground. So, long as Johnny Sr. never finds out what happened to his little meatball, we're set. Eddie Winter, signing off.
This is one grim locale.
Tell me about it, Nick. Oh, this is where I picked up the Cyberdog, which is new Creation Club content. I think that was his doghouse. Got Raiders on one side and Rust Devils on the other. I'm caught in the crossfire here. That was a weird glitch.
Gotta reload sometime, asshole!
Where are you at? Come on out. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Got a frame rate glitch. Oh, nothing. Just spawning into a battle that had nothing to do with me, really. It's the first battle with Rust Devils and robots that I've had since I defeated the Mechanist. Just make sure I looted everybody. Yeah. Nope, number 5. I like listening to these. And yes, I had been picking them up along the way. I knew I would need them, so...
You and I clearly need to talk. About Danvers, about the Montrano mess, about everything. I think we'd both agree that our attempts to improve North-South relations have been a complete failure. Look, I take full responsibility for the behavior of my guys. I expect you to do the same for that moron Montrano. But what happened in Danvers? I hardly know what to say. Your people turned that theater into a slaughterhouse. Those people are dead on your orders, not mine. And for no conceivable reason I can see. So let's meet. Just the two of us. Talk it all out. You name the time and place. Eddie Winter, signing off.
Hey.
There's something you need?
Take that.
Good.
Grab that.
Count on it.
Get that.
Good plan.
Pick that up.
And
Take that. Grab that.
Count on
Get that.
Done and
Pick that up. Take that.
Good plan.
Grab that.
Good thing.
Get that.
Can do.
Get that pistol.
Count on it.
Get that rifle.
Done and done.
Grab that gun over there.
Good thing.
Pick that up.
Good plan.
Take that.
Can do.
Take that weapon.
Done and
Grab that. Get that rifle.
Count on it.
Get that pistol.
Good thing.
Grab that gun over there.
Good plan.
Take that weapon.
Count on it.
Get that.
Good plan.
Pick that up.
Good thing.
Take that.
Can do.
Give me that pistol.
Done and done.
Grab that rifle.
Can do.
Take that weapon.
Good thing.
Get that rifle.
Done and
Get that pistol. Grab that gun over there. Grab that.
Good plan.
Get that.
Count on it.
Pick that up.
Done and done.
Take that. Grab that.
Can do.
Get that.
Good thing.
Pick that up.
Good plan.
Take that.
Count on it.
Get that pistol.
Done and done.
Get that rifle.
Can do.
I'll leave the board. Okay, continuing on. Just kind of do them in chronological order here. Not chronological order. I don't know what the chronological order is. The just you know, closest. I remember the first time I did this, it took me hours to kind of figure out what needed to be done and where we needed to go to get the tape. Not that it wasn't marked on the map, it was, but you know, really you don't know what you're looking for. Now you can zip right through them. Again, another Raider and Rust Devil. Oh shit. Oh shit. There are always Raiders here when you fast travel to that location. There aren't always Rust Devils. Sometimes there are, but it's the second time in a row now we've spawned into an extra battle. That Raider's always there. Oh, see, now the Rust Devils aren't here. It's fine with me.
Suppose someone should make use of it.
Pretty sure I've been through here once. At least once.
Sweet.
This particular location, there's a lot here. I think there's like an armory here and a lot of stuff to scrap and loot.
What was that?
Hell of a weekend with all this.
Nothing. What the? Everything's starting to sound like footsteps these days.
Alright, we'll continue on in the next episode. Try to at least finish up Nick's original story.
You're getting paranoid.
And then we'll move on to Far Harbor.
Who's there? Did you hear that? You sure you saw something? Oh, hell no!